What's up, everyone? It's Dave. Welcome back to another episode. Okay, so from the last episode, we started creating a bunch of trees, and I sent you away with some homework to create more trees. So hopefully you've done that. I've created some here, and hopefully it'll look awesome. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to open our object spawner script, and we are going to create a new array called public game object. Remember the two things to make an array, and trees. Awesome. Then we're going to create a new spawner called tree. Well, actually, before we do that, let's create a new float, private float, tree spawn timer equals 0.5f. So we actually want the trees to spawn quite fast. Then we want to go tree spawn timer minus equals time dot delete time. Awesome. Then down here, if tree spawn timer is less than 0.01, then spawn trees. Yeah. Oh, probably need to zoom in for you guys as well. Sorry about that. Cool. So we got to spawn coins, spawn enemies, spawn trees. Okay, so let's create our spawn trees method. Void spawn trees. Cool. All right. So first thing we want to do is we want to instantiate trees. We want to obviously remember back to episode 1 or 2 or 3. We want to do a random dot range from 0 to trees dot length. Awesome. And we want to do that at we want to spawn at a new vector 3, which will be the player dot so annoying. What did I call the variable? The player. So it should just be player dot transform dot position dot x plus 70. Sorry about the noise if you can hear my wife and her friends laughing in the background. I couldn't really, I kind of want to get this tutorial out, and we're running out of time. So yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, then we want to transform, so we're instantiating a new tree from the list of, from the tree array. So any one of the trees from 0 to the length of how big the array is, at a new vector which will be at the same player. So the new vector, and at the x position it'll be the same as the player's transform.position.x plus 70. I just think that's a good number to kind of make sure it's not in the player's view or anything like that. And then comma, and then we're going to deal with the y position. So transform dot we just want little transform dot position dot y, and which will just be at whatever the prefabs transform position dot y is, and then random dot range. Actually, for this we can just write, well, for this instead of that we can just write 0 because we coded them all to be like that. And for the Z position, this is where the magic happens, dot range. And we want to do that between 5, let's say 3, and 22. Sounds like a good number. And we want to do that at a, here we go, we want to do that at a quaternion dot, don't know what that is, random dot range 0, 3, 60. Oh, geez, I hope I've coded that right. Sorry, guys. Let's see if that works. If not, I think I got something wrong in there. Yes, I do. Well, for now, let's just change quaternion to dot identity. And, oh, sorry. Awesome, and that should work fine. So all these should go away, yep. And object spawner, that's already there. And it's got a new tab for trees. Let's say, how many trees do we have? Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's make that 6. Press enter. And let's check the first one, and the second one, and the third one, and the fourth one, and the fifth one, and the sixth one. Alright, let's give this a play, see if it works. Oh god. Well, it worked, but there's a lot of trees, and they're probably a bit too close. What's going on here? Oh, silly me. And then after this we want to set the tree spawn timer back to 0.5f. And we probably, because of touching, probably want to send that back to 5. Let's give this a spin. Let's see how it turns out. Just those trees just make the game feel so much nicer already. Awesome, so now we have a procedurally generated world. The start of the game isn't procedurally generated, but we can fix that if we get time. But you see that they spawn, and the game is actually looking pretty cool. It's got a cool little vibe to it. Whoa. Yeah, sweet. Alright, next thing, first thing is last, as my friend Liam always says. We want to create some audio. We want to give this some feels. Now, what I'm going to do is what I did is I actually went into Audacity and I recorded some audio effects just with my mouth, and I made a quick song on GarageBand. Now, feel free to use all of the audio tracks. I'll leave a link in the description below. I don't know why you would, but because I want to make everything myself, do everything ourselves, I literally just went into Audacity like this, and I made a few blah blah blah, and I just went boop, like that for like a coin, and I went for the jetpack. Let's highlight something. Let's highlight a little bit. There we go, and then I went file export and exported the audio track, and that's what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly import all of those audio files into the game, and then I'll show you how to implement them. Awesome, let's do that. Okay, all I did then to get some audio into the project is I just clicked and dragged my audio files into the audio folder. So I've got a collect audio noise and audio effect, an explosion audio effect, a jetpack, and the soundtrack. So first thing we're going to do is go to the camera, add an audio source, and we are going to add the soundtrack, and we're going to we're going to play on awake, and we're going to loop. Cool, that is it. That's all we need to do for that. Then we need to go to Let's go to scripts, create a new C# script called audio FX. Cool. Open that bad boy up. Don't save, I suppose. Sorry, I've been checking some code in the between gaps. Alright, cool. Awesome. So, first thing we want to do is save it and see what's going on here. Why are we getting these errors? Nope, I don't want that. What's going on? Clear. Thank you. Don't know what's going on there. Sorry, guys. Okay, so what is audio effects open? Alright, cool. I think Unity's bugging out a little bit on me tonight. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is create a few variables. Okay, first one, public audio clip, and I'm going to call this def. Second one, publid, good for me. Second one is a public audio clip. Actually, quick way to, just a cool way of doing this. If you've got a few of the same variables, like the same type of variables, what you can do is you can just separate them with a comma. So we'll do that. Jet pack and coin collect. I'm not sure if you can do that with private, but hey, we can with public, so we'll do that. Cool, let's get rid of start. We don't need start. Inside of update, we want to say if input dot get. Oh my god, guys, it frustrates me more than it frustrates you, trust me. Dot get button jump. And this is cool because we can use the static variable we stop in the start, player controls dot jetpack fuel is greater or equal to 0.001 F. Cool, and then we can say get component audio source dot play one shot jetpack at 1.0 F volume. Cool. So you just name the clip you want to play one shot, so it plays it once at the volume of 100%, which is 1.0. Now, my jetpack noise is only very, very small. If you can see here, it's only it's not even a second long. And what it'll do is it'll actually loop itself. So it works well, but it might not work perfect in your game if you've got a longer audio clip. So you might just have to do some fiddling around, and maybe maybe we can get a solution going in the comments. But for now, that's going to work for us. So next one is we want to do void on collision enter. Collision, call it col. Cool. If col.gameObjects.tag equals enemy, tab that in, get component audio source dot play one shot def 1.0 F, and that is all. So do the same thing, copy, paste, but this time it's going to be on trigger enter for our change it to collider for our coins. Call this trig, and we'll say if trig tag equals coin, then we're going to play the coin collect sound effect. Okay, and that should get us out of trouble. And we'll give that a go. Alright, so go back into Unity. Make sure no errors popped up. Yay, happy days. Go to your player. We're going to add in the audio effects. And we're going to add an audio source. And we're going to go to audio, go to player, and we're going to drag in explosion for death, or whatever your death noise is, death effect is, jetpack for jetpack, and coin collect for collect. Notice the spaces because we named the variables nicely. Cool. Let's give this a go, see if it works. That works nice. Awesome. So everything works except the enemy. Now the reason the enemy is not working is because in our player call script, it restarts the game when we run into that, and that's not actually what we want. So let's comment this line out, and let's put in some more code. So we are going to get rid of play deaf audio. We don't need that. We're not going to play audio effects. Don't need that. And we are going to say, what are we going to say, Dave? What are we going to say? Let's activate. Oh, what am I doing? Let's create a new variable called public game object restart UI, and we are going to say restart UI.enable game object enable set active equals true. Yeah, you have to put it in the parentheses there. It looks a bit different to how we normally code things, but that'll work perfectly fine. And we can get rid of that, and we can get rid of that, I suppose. Cool. Now it's in these scripts, is it? Where's our play collision will be on the player. So it's going to ask for restart UI. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new inside under the canvas, the UI. We're going to create a new button. It's taking its sweet time for some reason. Oh geez, it looks horrible. Alright, first things first, let's change the text to say, well, it can be called text, but let's call it restart. Let's change the font bamboo, much nicer in my opinion. Let's change to a bit darker. Let's change the button. Now, you guys can make this whatever you want. You can make it an image or whatever suits you best. Let's see what it looks like. Cool. What I'm gonna do. Oh, it's so bad. I apologize, guys. I'm just running out of time. No, we want the button to be a bit transparent. Cool. And make it maybe a bit bigger. Let's say 300, 150. Cool, let's create a new script. Create new C# script and call it load scene. Let's open up that bad boy. Cool, and okay, so let's create, we don't need start, we don't need update. It's going to be a super simple script. We're just going to write public void load to scene, and we're going to pass an int scene to load. If you're not following that, that's okay. Basically what we're doing is creating a method, but it's going to be a public method, and it's going to require an int, which will be the scene to load, and then we're just going to say application.load level, and then scene to load. So what's really cool about this script is it's dynamic in the fact that I can put it on this button. I can create, I can say scene to load. Oh, we've got load scene, sorry. And then I can click and drag this up to the click. Oh, sorry, I need to add. Click and drag up to there. Go down to the function, load scene, and click scene to load, and we want to load the 0 scene, which will be the first scene. Let me check. If you want to check, you just go File, Build Settings, and Add Current Scene, which will be 0. So that's actually very important. You need to go File, Build Settings, and change it to number 0. Now this is where you can also change to different, exporting different consoles and things like that. So right now ours is for PC, Mac, and Linux on the Unity icon is just there. Sweet. So now that I've put that there, I should be able to press play, and whenever I click the button, it reloads the level, which is exactly what we want. And then so in the player script, under player collision, there's a new variable called restart UI. And let's get that bad boy in there. So I'm going to change this to restart button, just for our sake. And go to player, restart button. Player, restart button, drag onto there, and then we want in our game init script no, actually we don't need to do anything. We just need to turn off the restart button and press play. So when we run into an enemy, yeah, I love those trees. It's amazing what you can do with primitives. Cool, so the restart button comes up and the player keeps moving forward. It's not what we want exactly, but at least the restart button comes up, and when you restart it, it goes away. Okay, so in the player death script in the player collision script, for player dies, we want to do a few things. First thing we want to do, we want to have the restart UI happening, and we want to do a few other little things. Like, we want to get component. Oh, rigid body. Dot is kinetic, and we're just going to equal that to true. That just means that it's not going to be moving anywhere. And then we want to get component mesh renderer dot enables equals false. So this will make our character invisible. Get component player controls dot enabled equals false. So this is basically just turning off everything instead of destroying the character. I find this to be a bit better. And then that's it. But we want to play. I'm just gonna write it in and we can just do it. Okay, get component and we'll do particle system dot play. So that'll play a particle system. We don't actually have a particle system on the character yet, so let's remedy that. Cool. Alright, so let's add a particle system. Okay, so let's go to the player, and that is not what we want. Alright, so fiddling around with this. So shape, let's change the shape to a cone. Let's change the we can change the radius very small. So this really is, you can just kind of fiddle with this yourself. 30. We kind of want to turn the player, because we're not using normal player, because we're using a sphere, we can turn him. That's not where we want to go. Well, let's go -1. Oh, we can just 180. No. -1. Cool. Cool, I don't know why it's not showing it anymore, but alright, cone, and we want pre-warm, we want it to be in local space, we want maximum particles 1000, start lifetime, speed 5, start size, and we want it to be a dirty brown, blacky color. Simulate. Cool. So I had the simulate button off from my stuff. Mission, we want to change that constant, yeah, that's fine. And start size, let's ramp this up. Let's do a 5. Start speed, let's drop that down to let's say a 3. Start sizes, have it up a bit. Cool, I think that looks like some pretty sick smoke. Maybe just change the color to a, yeah, really dirty. Cool, you can do some cool things, like you can change the color over lifetime and stuff, but for now that'll do. And we don't want to play on awake. Awesome. So go back to the script, particle system to play. Yeah, that should work. So if we press play, find the first enemy and crash into him. Awesome, well that's exactly what we want in a way. Maybe we probably want to change the mission, no, shape. probably want to change that down to like a 5. Change the speed down to a 1. Let's say 1. No, let's say 2's look pretty good. And it's 4. And the cone, let's change that to 20. Let's change it to back 30. That's fine. Cool. And one more thing we want to get rid of is we want to say just up here somewhere. We want to say get component player underscore move dot enabled equals false. Cool. It'd be awesome if we just go to the camera script, go to camera follow, and then we said what we're going to do is we're going to go to game init script, and we're going to create a new boolean. Booleans are variables that basically say it's either true or false. So let's say public bool game game is playing, and we'll equal that to false. We'll actually equal it to nothing at this moment. Game is playing, so that means if we're actually playing the game. Well, actually, that's pretty bad. No, we'll say game is playing. And at the start, we'll always say game is playing is true. Cool, and we're going to actually make that a public static, which means we can access it from anywhere. And in the camera follow script, we're going to say if game init dot game is playing equals true. Oh, sorry, I wish that equals false. Then campos.x equals player dot transform dot position dot x minus 15.0f, and then transform dot position equals vector. Actually, you can just write equals campus. Awesome, so that should work. Whoa, okay, that did not work. Maybe 15's a bit too much. Cool. Well, that kind of works. it's a game anyway. And so last thing, just make sure everything works. High score transferred across, score transferred across. Last thing we want to do is all these game objects are getting, yeah, that's pretty cool. All these game objects are getting created and nothing is happening. Actually, first thing we want to do, just quickly, just to make the game more interesting, go to player, find the player, grab one of these, bang them in the scene, and let's put them, where's the player? The player is at -30. Let's put the player at -10. And let's put these coins at 10. No. 15. So when we play the game, something's happening at least. Maybe we can put this in as well, and then we'll put it at 3 and put it at 25. So it gives the player a little bit of incentive. It's not much, but it's like almost like a tutorial. Might put that coin at 40. Cool. Last thing I want to do is we're going to create a quick script called Destroyer. Create C# script called Destroyer. This script is pretty important because it gets, otherwise your game will get like really slow after time. So to create the script, all we're going to do is create a public go private float time till destroy, and we'll equal that to 10.0f, and a public, and no, that's it, and awesome, and we're just going to say time dot, oops, sorry, time till destroy, it's minus equal time dot delta time. And the next line of code is we're just going to check that the game hasn't ended, because you don't want the things disappearing behind the player. But we're just going to say if time till destroy is less than 0.01 and game init dot is playing equals true. So if we are playing the game, because in this game initialize script we've got that variable there that we can access, and we are playing the game, then destroy game object. Cool, that should work fine. So if we get out of this maximize on play mode and we go to our prefabs, we select them all, and we add a component called destroyer, set the player. We don't want the destroyer script on the player. Then let's watch everything get spawned. After 10 seconds, they should start disappearing. Awesome, and they don't keep spawning, but they keep spawning forward. Oh no, they keep spawning there. Alright, so in the object spawn script, let's just quickly deal with that. object spawn script. We want to basically say we want to have an and in here, and game init dot game is playing equals true. So if that blah 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 end is equaling to true, keep spawning. So this and means both of these have to be true. You can also do what is it? That, and I mean if one of them is true, it'll do that. So, but we're just going to do two ands. So both of them have to be true. Both conditions have to be true, and then it will spawn trees. So let's play that again. And there's one last thing after all of this. Cool, they're spawning. Let's see if I can kill myself quickly. Awesome, and they don't keep spawning. That is fantastic. Alright, and the very last, and probably one of the most important things, is the actual jetpack particle effect. So let's do that now. Okay, so to do that, let's go into the player control script, and so in our boost up here, we want to do a couple more things, and that is we want to let's create a public game object jetpack. Cool, and then we basically want to say jetpack dot get component particle system particle system open parentheses, close parentheses, play, and then open and close again, and then we want to say else after this curly bracket here, and then we want to say stop. Cool. Alright, let's go back into our player, and let's create a new 3D cube on the player. Call it jetpack. So we want to bring the scale down. Great if awesome, and then we just want to add a particle system, and we want we might have to actually let's just take the one off on the player. Let's just, is there any way to silence it? There we go. Just going to return that back. We want it to be world space. We want it to, we don't want to play on awake. We want it to be, no, we don't want it to be pre-warmed. And let's have a nice, let's get a nice, like, what color would, let's say just a night, like a tinge of, tinges of colour like that. And we want to probably flip. $180. So it's going down. And we want it mission shape. We want it to be cone. A little bit further. Radius. That. And let's say base. And a couple little things we want. Start speed 5, start lifetime 1, start delay none, looping, start size, let's add this up, inherit velocity, I didn't do anything. Start speed. And we want to do cool. Let's do 2. Alright, sweet. Awesome. So we should need to go on player now, scroll down, find the jetpack game object, drag that over, and we also need to turn back on the particle emission. Cool, now we press play. Nothing's happening. Why isn't it working? Okay, what's going on here? There's the local. Okay, just one more quick thing. Just before I go, we got in the player collision script, in the player die script, we need to create another game object, public game object, and we need to call it jetpack, and we're just going to say jetpack dot game. Oh, actually, what we're going to do is just going to say destroy jetpack. Just to destroy that jetpack at the end, and go to player, and let's find that player collision script must be going blind. Where is it? What's going on here? Where's the player collision script? Here it is, sorry. Bring the jetpack there. So when we press play, awesome guys, well I think that is it. We have coded a complete infinite runner from start to finish in about 3 hours. Given it might have been a couple of minutes over 3 hours, but I think we did good nonetheless. So guys, I think the game looks actually pretty good. It's actually pretty fun to play as well. So yeah, that's it guys. Thanks for watching the tutorial, thanks for watching the video. Hit me up in the comments down below, or on Twitter or on Facebook. Like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be sure to put out more videos if I get some good feedback. If you've got any questions, post them below. And also, because there are a few things that I want to just address, I'm going to create a bonus video talking about some of the things and some of the ways this game can be improved. So if you do want to take this project a little bit further, come over and watch the bonus video, which will be the next video after this. And yeah, sweet. So that is an entire infinite runner game that works completely made out of primitives, and it's procedurally generated in under 3 hours. Guys, that's awesome. You're awesome. Let's do this. Let's make some more games together. Hit me up. Woo! See you guys. Thanks heaps. Bye.